This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We is talking Gucci today. And since Alessandro Michele took over, there have been lows, maybe some highs, but lows. Nah, I'm just being shady. I'm just being a shady bitch. But guess what, bitch? We're in the fashion world. If you're not bitchy, you're not fashion. Bottom line. Take it from someone who's been in the fashion business forever. It's a toxic environment. So let's spread that toxicity, shall we? As we review this wonderful Gucci item. But first, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Thumb up this video. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Superdacob all spelled together. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. Without you, this would not be here. The Fashion Bunker wouldn't be here. And I live stream every Saturday. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience. You can partake in the conversation every Saturday during the live streams. Everybody's more than welcome to join the party. So I have my wonderful co-chatters and co-reviewers in the video here. And actually, one of them, a wonderful artist who also, and we're going to be talking Gucci pencils. We got Jane Davenport with us in the chats. Jane Davenport, by the way, wonderful artist. Go check her out. Follow her on Instagram. She's going to love this topic because we're talking colored pencils. Now, I found this video by a lady called Super Ray Dizzle. Super Ray Dizzle, where are you, darling? Hello, darling. This is Super Ray Dizzle. Millions of subscribers on YouTube. Not that she needs the support, but go subscribe to her channel. I'm going to post the link to Ray's channel in the description box down below, and also a link to her video, because Ray is also an artist. She also works a lot with colors and pencils and all sorts of colors. Wonderful artist as well. She reviewed for us this pencil case. You see it right here. So Ray made a video about this, bought this pencil case just to make a review. And the video is hilarious. You should definitely check it out. And she's professional. She goes into it. She tests the pencil. Like, she wants to know if these pencils are worth it. Now, this pencil case, I think I can show you the next image already, comes with, this is how it looks like. So I don't know how many pencils are in there, like 30, 40. There's a bunch of colors. You're not paying for the pencils. You're paying for the case, basically. The price is $700, $800, something like $700 or $800. I can't remember any. Does it matter at this point? 700, 800, 900. It's not a pencil case. It's not $10. Everything that's above 100, everything that's above 50, really, when it comes to pencils, it's like, oh, okay, we're paying for the case. So she bought the case. This is the outside. Let me show you the next photo, the inside. This is how it is when you unroll it and unravel it. It actually has a very interesting green moire fabric, which is like silk or it could be satin, patterned in a like a wavy form, like wood or water. For those of you who know perfumes, if you know the original packaging of Christian Dior's Poison or Poison from the 80s, that green box also had that moire effect on it. So we get the actual moire fabric in green, poison green, covering the inside, and then we got that little leather bit at the top where the tips of the pencils are. So far, so good. The pencils have those little stars on them, the Gucci stars, and what Ray also noticed is that the pencils are marked with a little water brush, which means that these are, I'm no painter or drawer, so doesn't mean much to me, but practically what this means is, Ray explained it to us, if the pencils have that mark on them, it means that you can work them with water. You can draw on paper with them, and then you make that paper wet, more or less wet, depending on how you want to dilute the effect of the pencil on the paper, and you can almost use them as aquarelles in a way. So these are water pencils. I think it's called water pencils. So she starts testing them out and realizes that the amount of lead on the inside is kind of thin. So she said, they saved money there because they didn't really fill it up as much as they could have. The bottoms of the pencils don't have a little kind of like a wax seal cover to protect the lead if the pencil were to fall, to protect it from breaking so that the lead inside doesn't break. So they kind of cheapened out on that. Then she noticed that the wood used around the pencils, there's like a difference between full-blown wood and then kind of chopped wood that's pressed together. She thinks that it is the pressed wood that was used for these pencils. And then when she made a comparison side by side, she used these pencils with other pencils from other brands, like for example this one, $12.97 for Prismacolor from Walmart. Prismacolor won over the Gucci pencils. So you could have really good quality, as Ray says in her video, that these are solid quality pencils at Walmart for $12.97. Sure, you get 12 of them. You don't get like 30 or 40, but you catch my drift, right? The gist of the story is you want quality pencils, you can get them. And these are the water pencils as well, the watercolor pencils that you can also kind of blend with water once you've drawn it on paper and get all the effects that you want with watercolor. So she compared it to these, and of course these won. Now, all right, get your Prismacolors in Walmart, and Gucci is basically, it's a joke, right? Just Yapping in the comments says, love Prismacolor. Decat says the insides are watercolor paint. So if you draw with them, you can use a damp paintbrush to turn parts of your work into paint. Huna Pamu says, as an illustrator, I have my brands I like, and it's hard to convince me to change brands. I'm guessing they're watercolor crayons, which are what I commonly use in my fashion illustration work. Would they be thinner? I don't know. Jane Davenport says, Gucci went Chanel with those pencils. Steven says, why does Chanel not do this? I think Chanel just got an idea. They might just do it next. You never know. I mean, Chanel did all sorts of things. Chanel did their bicycle. They did their skateboard. They did their surfboard. Chanel did water paddles, rackets, bocce balls. You know, what's next? You know, Chanel did a whole map for painters that you could like put your paintings in with a little bow on it. Olivo says, man, that kind of looks gorgeous. Now, Sharon Cole says, ridiculous. Olivo says, I am not arty, but I see how that's a great gift for a fashionista artist. Julie says, for $800, I want a guarantee that I will be able to draw much better than I can now. You want a miracle, basically. You want to spend $800 and then have the pencils paint for you. I know what that. I've been there, though. Sharon Cole says, good for makeup brushes, the case. Well, except the slots to slide in the pencils are too tiny. You can't put a makeup brush in there because the slots are just big enough for a pencil, not for a makeup brush. So you won't end up being able to use it for anything else, really. You know what I mean? New Year's new hobby to try, says Debbie. Yeah, right? Just like buy the pencil case. But the packaging is gorgeous, though. So this is something I love, the futile, the uselessness of it. This is something that I love in luxury objects. Like, we are paying all that money because it's branded with Gucci and we get this little bit of trimmed leather piping, not even piping, just bordering. And then we got the Gucci canvas. It's an object, darling. You're paying for the dream. You're not paying for the quality. God knows you're not. But my question is, why would they cheap out on the pencils? Like, you're charging so much money for this. Why deliver a cheap pencil? Why did this lady who has like over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, I think, around about, you know what I mean? Like, why would she's in the business of pencils and drawing and artistry. So she would, she really authentically wanted to review this product, and she would have said that it was good if it was good, but it wasn't good. So I'm like, why would Gucci charge so much and not make that extra? Just make a freaking good quality pencil if you're going to charge that much money. Why is it so hard? This is my question. Like, why cheap out on this? Barbara says, this is not about the pencils inside. It's about the case. You're paying for the case, not the pencils. If you're a Gucci lover, get them, throw the pencils out and replace with high quality ones. Yeah, except the pencils are also labeled. They also have the Gucci logo. So the pencil is branded too. You don't want to throw away the pen. Now, what you could do is buy the case and whatever amount of pencils are inside. I still don't know if it's 30 or 40 pencils. You could sell the Oh my God. Purse on fleek. This one's for you. Here's an idea, girl. You buy this. I got the shade. You buy this and then you sell every pencil individually. A Gucci, they're branded. You see, you sell 30 to 40 Gucci pencils and you got yourself a case. You paid for the case. There's going to be somebody out there who's in love with a pencil that's branded Gucci and, you know, it's branded Gucci. So you could charge 30, 40 bucks for a pencil. You know what I mean? And this is how you do it, girl. Tyler says, I don't think it's about the pencils. It's a small leather good pencil case, and it's honestly worth the price to me. But maybe it's because I draw so often that I'd like something to make the experience more luxurious. You've nailed it, Tyler. This is exactly the point. This is about luxury. It's about the dream. A person that buys this doesn't necessarily care for the quality of the pencils, but they care about that lush feeling of unraveling this gorgeous little case. I mean, gorgeous if you like how it looks, right? If it's gorgeous to you, you unravel the case, you take out it makes you feel, you know, some type of way. You know what I mean? So as with all luxury, it's not necessarily about the quality. It's about the power that it gives us in terms of internal dreams. If this object makes you dream and it makes you draw, it makes you feel your oats, then it's worth every penny. For sure. And if it doesn't, well, then it's not worth it. I think that's the bottom line. Ricardo Gaspar says, I went to Gucci store yesterday and I just felt that they need to turn it down. It's getting cloying. It is a little bit much, isn't it? With a lot of their things. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Jane says, Louis Vuitton did a watercolor set in 2019. Thank you for subscribing, Michelle. In 2019, Louis Vuitton did a watercolor set and a smaller set this year. Great for fashionista artists. Yes. And actually, somebody compared the Louis Vuitton watercolor set with this one, and they said that it's the same quality. It's kind of like not the best quality in terms of pencils. Gurshanan says, unfortunately, it's about form over functionality. When it comes to luxury, in many cases, it is. Unless you're not going for Louis Vuitton for travel goods, in which case they're very functional. I can vouch for them because I use them. I would never buy for myself personally a Chanel wallet, but I do have a Louis Vuitton wallet. And for 10 years, it's been going strong. It still looks brand new, like I bought yesterday. And I use it every day. You can have functionality within luxury if you go for the brand that is specialized in said functionality. Gucci is not a pencil maker. So if you really want luxury pencils, you go to some historic brand that's been making pencils for centuries that know their shit, and you spend your $500 on their set of handmade whatever pencils, right? You know what you're getting from them. You go to Gucci for drama. You go to Gucci for a moment. You go to Gucci for, a zhuzh me up moment. That's what they're good at. Bottom line, you're paying for the zhuzh me up moment. So, and you got to know that. And if you know that and you're okay with that, then this thing is worth it. But don't think you're going to get this to get quality pencils. Forget about it. This ain't a luxury pencil. This is a luxury pencil case that happens to have a couple of pencils in it. Decat says, Hermes also do normal pencils, finely braided in leather. They only around $50 around 5 years ago. Good for them. KDM says, Gucci has done luxury stationery for 50 years. So I'd argue this isn't anything like the calendar, but why cheap out? They sell high quality pencils. I don't know, darling, but this lady who has millions of followers, who specializes in reviewing pencils and artistry and art stationery or what have you, she put it under her magnifying glass and her verdict was like, no, this ain't worth it. Barbara says, Dacob, because maybe they would need to collab with a good pencil company to do that, and they might not want to do it because they might not want to pay that good quality pencil company part of the proceeds. Because they cheap out. They want to, bottom line, they want to maximize their own profits. And this is the shady part of it, because I'm like, well, if it's luxury, If it's real luxury, you don't want to think about, oh, you know, let me do this. Oh, let me cheap out here. Let me cut corners. It's luxury. You don't cut corners with luxury. And if you do, then you're not luxury no more. Then you're just fast fashion, a wolf in a sheep's skin. You know what I mean? Then you're just fast fashion dressed in luxury as if you were, but you're not. Because that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Our daily dose of fashion drama, says Steven. Yes, darling. Huna Pamu says, I do have to argue with the luxury point. I splurge on expensive sketchbooks sometimes because they look nice. We're not arguing. We both agree on this. I'm telling you too. If it makes you dream, makes you feel good, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. It's about what it represents to you. And if it represents that to you, then it's justified. But if it doesn't, then it's not justified. That's the bottom line, really. You know, this is the part where they should have done a collab, says Jesus. Jane says, the case is gorgeous. FOMO is attacking me, says Jane. And Jane, and also to Tyler, and whoever else is into this Gucci thing, you guys, I've seen it up close. When you open it, that moire fabric inside is to die for. It's gorgeous because as you move the case, that kind of silky material, it's woven in a way, it refracts and reflects light in a way that it always looks like it's fluid. It's like flowing. That's the magic of moire. It's one of the most majestic silk fabrics you can get. You can also make them out of synthetics, so I'm not so sure that that's a silk material that they use there. It doesn't matter really. Moire is always a very, very opulent baroque type of fabric. So to have that green, poison green moire inside that case, it's just so luscious. And which we did not see in this video, the pencil case comes in that classic Gucci green with all the ornaments on it, gift box with the gift wrap, you know, the whole shebang. So, and you get also a dust bag, a grayish kind of raw cut dust bag. So it's a whole, the presentation is really cool. The pencils suck, but the rest of it, the dream, is really cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, my verdict is no, I would not personally get it. But then again, that's just me. I do, however, understand, and I'm not going to judge who says they want to get it, because I understand how this can appeal to someone, despite the fact that the pencils aren't top-notch. I totally get it. I get the point. All right, you guys, until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.